guess got into the off-road thing back in high school, probably like what most people did, and I owned a 73 Bronco and then a 75. Ended up wanting to do the Baja 1000. Back when I was like 19, built the vehicle and of course never did the race, had to sell it and go to college. Just recently got back into the whole Baja kind of 1000 fetish, and 2005 did my bucket list, did my first Baja 1000 and felt, you know what, I kind of needed something a little bit more comfortable, a little faster. And what gave me the idea to do this was I saw a trophy truck Camaro, which I thought was the coolest thing, a 69 Camaro looking trophy truck, and I felt, God, what's cooler? What's cooler? And I got, boom, one day I figured it out. I said, you know what, the most iconic vehicle in the off-road industry is Parnelli Jones's Big Ole Bronco. I've always loved it since I was a kid. And I said, that's what I'm gonna do. So got the idea in late '06. I met with Parnelli Jones on the 4th of '07, sat down with him, told him what I was going to do, got some ideas from him, and went to town. We cut the first tube in spring of '07, and utilizing a Sandco Performance trophy truck CAD CAM program, we went ahead and got the upper lower A-arms and the bulkhead and the frame basically put together, and did the rest of the tube frame chassis from there. And since I shaped surfboards, it was easy enough for me to get blocks of foam to go ahead and build up and shape up the body to make it look like not just an old school, but a little new school kind of trophy truck, you know, Bronco trophy truck. So what I ended up doing on the hood, we utilized the elements of like the shark gills, what I call, the reverse cowl off of a trophy truck hood. And we went ahead and got a piece of plywood, laid it down here, and then we just laid those elements right on top of it. And then we went ahead and bought a fiberglass Bronco grill. We didn't need to go taller on it, we just needed to widen it, so we went ahead and cut the middle of the fiberglass Bronco grill, widened it, added the extra light socket in it, and then from there we just went ahead and used Bondo and fiberglass to go ahead and mold it together to then make our plug and then to make our mold. Since then, we've decided not to race the vehicle. We did test it with Bilstein shocks, you know, flying over 3-4 foot whoops, doing 85 miles an hour. We got it dialed in. Since then, we went ahead, just for the show, we went ahead and replated everything. Everything on the vehicle is either brass plated with a clear powder coat over it for durability, or nickel plated. Everything's on, it's polished or anodized completely on the whole vehicle, top to bottom, front to back. The rear end housing is nickel plated, the bumpers are nickel plated, trailing arms are brass plated with a clear powder coat over it. We're utilizing a Dart 9.5 deck block for the Ford. It's 351 configuration. We wanted to keep it a little streetable, so we kept it 11:1 compression, and just put a new fast EFI fuel injection on there. We got 723 horsepower at 6,800 RPMs with peak torque 629 at 5,200 RPMs. So we got plenty of horsepower to work with, but really on a vehicle that's 6,000 pounds, which this vehicle is, exactly 6,000, fully loaded, ready to race, filled up with fuel. It's really all about torque. That's what you want, not so much horsepower, but torque. And transmission, we use a Power Glide transmission because we felt, you know, the Turbo 400s still have issues that they race with. So we used a Power Glide tranny with a gear vendor unit on it. So now we have basically 4 speeds. And we run a 10-inch polished ring gear and a 9-inch housing. I got to thank American Racing for the rims. These are a one-off set they made for me. They basically got a forged billet. It was a Boyd Coddington blank, I believe. And they went ahead and did up the kidney bean you know, design on it and made it a bead lock specifically just for this truck. Other than that, we use Bilstein Blackhawk shocks, which are pretty trick, with Ibach springs, and that's about it.